All right, my name is Jarren Haggard, and my presentation is over the Department of Defense. So first, the Secretary of Defense, who the leader of the department, is Lloyd Austin III. He is a former U.S. Army four-star general. He received a bachelor's at West Point, a master's at Auburn University, and an MBA from Webster University, which is in Missouri. He was active in the Army from 1975 to 2016. He was involved in many major operations in the Middle East, including Iraqi Freedom, Enduring Freedom, and New Dawn. He is also former commander of U.S. Central Command, and he is the first black defense secretary in U.S. history. Some qualifications for this position: there's really only one formal one, and that's that you must be retired from service for at least 7 years. And there's actually a way to get around this. If you get a waiver that's signed by Congress, you can actually hold the title before you reach those 7 years, which Lloyd Austin actually did. So informal, most were in the military for extended periods of time. They saw action, a lot of them in the Middle East or Vietnam, and a lot of them held high-ranking positions such as general, and were involved in the Department of Defense in just a lower level position. There's also no term limits for this position. They serve at the leisure of the president, so the president decides when they are done, or they can resign as well. And then below the bottom of the screen, there are the 4 former defense secretaries from left to right: Chuck Hagel, Ash Carter, Jim Mattis, and Mark Esper. Now, the responsibilities of the department. First is to deter war. They do this in many ways, carrying out precautionary actions, deploying troops where they need to be to maybe stifle some conflict, and just having a presence all over the world is definitely a big part of that as well. Protecting the security of the country kind of goes along with deterring war. Being able to deploy troops to other countries where tensions are high, the relationships aren't going well, and then obviously here in our own country, keeping the peace. And then war when necessary to defend the country, that's the last resort, but it is an option at times. And finally is to oversee all subsidiary departments. The departments that are under the DoD are the Department of the Army, Department of the Navy, Department of the Air Force, Office of the Defense Secretary, and the Joint Chiefs. The DoD is actually the largest employer in the world with over 2.8 million people. So there's a lot of things for them to oversee, but they take care of it. Next, current events that the DoD has been a part of. On February 5th, 2021, the DoD announced that they would be sending active duty troops to assist in rolling out the vaccine. Due to the situation in California, they were going to go there first, but then spread around about the country, just helping those sites in whatever ways they needed help, really. Next is border security. On March 16th, 2021, the DoD is considering extending National Guard deployment on the southern border. The Department of Homeland Security wants them to stay, but in the end, Secretary Austin will make risk assessment and see what he's going to do with the 3,500 troops that have been there since late 2018. And finally, the one that's been getting a lot of coverage in the news recently, which is the airstrike that was taken out in eastern Syria on February 26th of 2021. This was in retaliation to strikes on U.S. targets. It targeted Iran-backed militant groups that were supporting the Syrian government, which we have lots of conflict with now and in the past as well. And here's my works cited. Thank you.